everybody, it is Twinflies here, back in another video. I hope you guys are doing amazing. Recently, we just left off with the Obby Part 2. And yes, this is the third episode of the Obby series, the second to last episode. The next one will be GUIs, and yeah, so today we're going to be getting on with scripting. Now, before we start this video, if you are new to my channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that post notifications. It means so much to me, so yeah. Thank you guys for that if you do. Also, join the Discord. We're almost at 1,000 members, guys. Literally 1,000 members. We also hit level 2 in Boost server. So now we're going to be doing a lot of movie night streams and stuff with everybody. So if you want to come join, feel free to come watch. I think we're going to watch The Conjuring soon. So probably be nice to do that. But yeah. So, welcome. And also, if you are in my group, maybe join it. We have like 600 members. It says 130, but we're at 600 members. So it's pretty nice. So recently we left off with building. Now, if you are just straight up new here, go and feel free to watch 1 and 2. It will help you learn on like what we really want to think about, what we want to do with our game, and then debate on that, and then start building. Build everything first, then do the scripts and everything last. Now, this does have a model in this video, so what I want you guys to do is go in the description, look for models, and you'll see that it says Obby script kit or whatever like that. Click that link, and it should take you to this. Then you're just going to claim that right here, and it should say item owned. That means you have the model. You're good to just close it out, and then you're good. You have that to go. Now, I already did this, so we're just going to delete that. So I have the GUIs for next video. You'll look at it later. But you're going to go to Toolbox. You can open Toolbox in the Home tab up here in Roblox Studio. And you go to Inventory and basically just grab in your own inventory the first kit right here. So it's going to say Obby Script Kit. It's going to give you a few things, okay? You're going to look in here and it's going to say this few things. Now, first off, straight away, there's this little readme script. It just tells you about the instant death respawn thing. Just delete that, but all you guys got to do is go to Players right here in the Properties tabs and then put that respawn time set to 0 so they respawn right away. It's much nicer. But yeah, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to ungroup these in the right places. So I'm going to drag us to there, to here, and then to teams. Now, if you don't have teams, which some people don't, you go to model right in the model tab and then service, and then you should insert it in here. Okay, so feel free to do that and you'll get that for you. It'll get it for you. Now we're just gonna click that and we're gonna hit ungroup. We're gonna hit ungroup, and then we're gonna hit ungroup. Now, as you guys can see, and we can just delete that. As you guys can see, our game is already like really how can I say, organized. Okay, so I want you guys to make sure your game is organized. So anything with the Obby, put it in an Obby folder, and then I did give you guys HTadmin. You can delete that if you want. You don't have to have that. That was just part of this. And then we have sound and checkpoint folder. Keep the checkpoints outside in workspace, but have this Obby folder be different and with all the builds of it, basically. Now, HTadmin, as I said, you don't have to have it. You can if you want. If you want another video on like how to use it and stuff, go watch some people on YouTube. There's so many out there. But the checkpoints and sound, I'm going to explain in just a second. Yeah, this is what we're looking at right now. We have teams, server scripts, and then we have this workspace part. Now, with the server scripts, I will say there's a lot with more GUIs, so there's a lot more scripts with the GUIs, but we're not going to talk about that just yet. We'll talk about it in a sec. But either way, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about these things, okay? We have the checkpoint folder, and then we have the sound and workspace, okay? Now, both of these have a reason to them. This is for the music script, and then this is for the checkpoints, just in general. And then in here is the teams. We say beginners, finish, level 1, level 2, level 3. Now, what I'm saying is what we're doing is there's going to be certain levels. So right here is going to be like level 1. This is going to be level 2. And then this is going to be level 3. Okay? So that's basically what I'm saying right there. And you're probably like, okay, wait. So is there stages or not? Yes, there's stages. There's leader stats. Don't worry about that. This is just to make the game more cool and fun. Now, I might as well just go through all the scripts, but before we do that, let's create our first checkpoint, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to create a part. You're just going to grab a part right in here in this home tab, and we're just going to grab this, and we're going to put it like this, okay? So we want it to be kind of a good size so people don't fall off. I mean, they actually claim the checkpoint. Now, actually, let me actually just do this size because this is how long my platforms are. So grab what your platforms are, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to the same size of it or bigger, whatever you like. So about there, that should be perfect. And then we're actually going to put it tall like that. And then we're going to put that transparency to 1 over here. Make sure it's anchored. can collide off, but can touches on. That's for the reason so that it touches it. And this is how they get their checkpoint, and we're gonna name it 1, okay? But we're gonna actually put this at the spawn because we need checkpoint 1 at spawn. So right here, we're gonna go to checkpoints, name that right here, and then actually I'm just gonna shorten this just a bit, just because why not? So we got checkpoint 1 right here. We're gonna duplicate it. We'll go over here, go checkpoint 2. So yeah, so let me just go through all of this, and what you're doing is you're basically creating these parts right at the right platforms, and then you're renaming them all the way to the last checkpoint. So what the point is, why we want to build first, is so we want to later in the scripts inherit the how many checkpoints there actually are, because you'll see what I mean by how many checkpoints we're actually doing and looking at. So that's my point. But so you see how I'm already doing 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to just wait for me to skip through here. I'm going to pause this video, and feel free to go around and fill in each little checkpoint real quick, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I actually just filled out all of them. I went all the way up to 15, which actually is perfect because that is how I did default in the scripts. It goes all the way up to 15. Now, another reason, guys, why we're making them so tall is because we're spawning the player right in the middle. So see this really blue point right here? That is where we're spawning them. We're spawning them in that C frame in the middle, right in the middle. And the problem is, last time I tried it, where if you were to have them go like right here, it'd be spawning them down inside the part, and then they wouldn't be able to move. So just make sure it's tall and it's perfect. But we have 15 through here, so we're good with that. And then we're actually going to look at these scripts, but before we look at them, let's actually just play the game, and I'm going to show you now. Now, one thing to take notice, do not have a spawn in your game, so make sure there's no spawns. Like, if you want to search up spawn, make sure there's no spawn locations. That is because we don't need them. We already have it set up and everything. So you can actually just hit the normal play button, and we're actually just going to test this out real quick. I'm going to show you. Okay, so what's going to happen is right when you load in, you're going to spawn at your part, and then it's going to say stage 1, finish, level 1, level 2, level 3. And this is when you know, like this is it. This is how we have the levels, the leader stats stage, and then the teams. And when you go to a checkpoint, it is just going to change your team right there. It should change your team automatically just for level 1, and then it should change your stage. And then it's just going to keep doing the exact same thing. So as we progress through this parkour, it's going to go to level 3. So now we're still in level 1. And as I go down, go over here. And then let's actually just turn on flash. This is why I say I normally have HD admin. So now we're in stage 5. This is level 2. Keep going. And as you can tell, so if I were to skip this one, it does not work. You have to go to the first one first. So that's another good thing about this. Level 9, then level 10. So once we reach stage 10, we go to level 3, and then we go to stage 11, stage 12, stage 13, stage 14, stage 15, and then we should be finished. Now, let's see if that, oh wait, well, that one we don't have to worry about. Well, either way, as you can see, you got stage 15 right here, and then it should change you to finish, which I'll show you a second why that didn't work. Now, that's pretty much basically what happens. It's just a simple little script. I'm going to show you how you can modify it and how you can do it a little differently, your choice. But for now, just make sure to make your checkpoints, and then let's go into the script part. Okay, so basically, we're going to look straight at this. So, of course, let's just go into the easy stuff first. So disable player collision is just, I didn't really make this. It's just, this script is basically Roblox script. When you load into Roblox Studio, you can actually just grab that script straight from the character. It's pretty weird. So this is a Roblox script actually. And you just put it in a service script service, and then it will just make it so players can't collide. If you want them to collide, then just delete that. You're all good. Then we go to the music. What it is there's the sound, IDs, and then the wild true to script. Now, you guys are probably like, okay, wait, this looks like the last one that you used. Yes, the last one actually was local sided, and the problem that I just realized was that, every time you reset, it restarts all the songs. But this one just plays to the whole server, and then it plays the songs in order, one by one, and it just keeps playing until none of them are playing, and then it redoes it. But yeah, like I said, so it's just a table right here. We find the sound, and this is why the sound's in workspace, so everyone can hear it. And then we have the local IDs. So these are just IDs I give you for fun. Now, to add an ID, just go to the catalog assets. You can also go in the marketplace and go to audio right here too. This should be perfect. And you just grab the ID, the 9-number ID, and then you comma it out and then put 9-number. And then until you're done, done putting numbers, do not put a comma at the end. Just leave it by itself. But like that, so it should just be like that. And then the function right here is a while true do script, means it just keeps going until false, but it's always going to be true, so you're good. And then we're creating a for loop, which means it's also going through the IDs. So for I equals 1, we're just going through a bunch of times, and we're basically getting that sound and playing it. So that's good for the music now. Okay, so basically we did the music part and then disable player collisions, so that's good. We're going to go straight into checkpoint, stage, and team because they both are the main scripts, and there's a lot of ways you could have approached this differently from others, and I think this was the best way, or just another way of doing it. But so there's a few ways. You can do events, which remote events you would be sending to the server. So if a player touched a part, so if some player touched this part right here, okay, and inside of it said, it sends a script up that said, oh, when the player touches this, let's fire this server, and then inside the server script, we'll see if that server gets fired. If it gets fired, then we're checking the name of that checkpoint. If that checkpoint's like 2 or 3 or 4, then we'll assign that to their stage level. But I thought, that's stupid. Why not just make a script where we just keep it together? So checkpoint is the main handler. Stage is for the leader stats, and then the team is for the teams. Now, you're going to look at this and be like, okay, there's a lot of code and a lot of comments. Right here, we just talk about this as adding to the player stats and reset the stage event. Services, so we grab the teams. This is the team service. Debounce equals false for now. And then we're going to go with the local reset checkpoint. Now, this is commented out because we do not have the GUI's video out right now. So wait till I get the GUI's video out, and then you'll see what I mean by that. Gosh, I need to disable those. Because what we're doing is, right now it's not working because there's nothing in replicated storage. So until we get the GUI's video out, just leave this commented. But as you can tell already, it's like resetting the checkpoint. It's really cool. I'll show you later. But for now, let's look at this. So we're creating a for loop, and so we're creating another local variable I, and then we're doing a checkpoint. This is the main variable. We're not really using I, actually. I don't think I ever did. I? Yeah, I didn't. Checkpoint, and then we're grabbing in pairs, so we're grabbing the checkpoints, okay? So we're going workspace.checkpoints.getChildren, because in checkpoints, this is the parent, and these are the children, so we're getting all of the children, okay? And then we're basically going to check if any of those blocks are touched, okay? And when you click this, you can see there's a property called can touch. If you were to turn that off, it wouldn't work. But if you have can collide, that's different. That's just colliding stuff. But can touch is, on, because they can touch it. And if they touch it, then we're going to create another function, okay? And we're going to create another variable p. We're going to grab their stage, which is going to be local stage equals checkpoint.name. So this is why we name them 1, 2, 12, 2. This is why if you were to say like 100, and change it to 100. If p.parent and then find first child humanoid and p is not nil. So if we find a humanoid and then we got game.players whatever checkpoint -1, okay, then game.players t.parent.leaderstats.stage.value. So we're basically grabbing their stage value equals checkpoint.name, which what I'm basically doing is changing their checkpoint stage leader stat to this name. So right here, as you can see, name, it's changing it to 11, so that means they're at stage 11. So it's kind of simple. It would have been better if I did another way, but I think this just works perfectly fine, so you don't have to worry about it. And then we're going to go into the stage handler, which is basically talking about respawning players and everything. So inside here, another reason it handles the leader stats, stages, checkpoint spawns, and this does not save, by the way. I might make another tutorial. You have to remind me. If you want me to make a saving obby and a time trial, kind of that stuff, time trial will be in this GUI video, but saving wise, it's not going to be in this. So inside here, we're waiting if the player gets added. If the player is added, then we're going to basically go into until player.character. So when the player gets added, we're making a leader stats. Then we're creating a stage. This is the stage value right here. If you want to change the name, you can just change this right here, but that means you're going to have to probably go into all the other scripts right here and change this to whatever you change it to. So that's another way if you want to modify. But we're grabbing the character's humanoid frame equals C frame. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. we're grabbing the player's humanoid. So when the player gets added, then we're doing cframe.new.workspace.checkpoints right here, and then stage.value, so what their stage value is, which should just be 1 on add, dot position, okay? So on add, they should spawn at 1, but the position of 1, okay? So I hope that kind of makes sense to you guys. So basically, we're spawning them at 1, which is going to be that checkpoint at 1 in workspace when they get added, okay? And then, when a player character get added, okay, so this is when a player joins the game, automatically we set them at 1. When the player character gets added, so this is when a character gets added, as in saying if a player resets and that character spawns in, okay? So that's when a character gets added. We wait a second or whatever. We're going to set their checkpoint to that stage value again. And then if we find their force field, we're destroying it just, so there's no force field. But as you can tell, what we're doing is that automatically right here, we're starting them at 1. And then right here, we're going to check if they're at any other stages when they reset or respawn. And if they are, then we're resetting them at that. We're respawning them at that location. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, there we go. Hope you guys like when I explain things to you so you can learn. That's good for this part. So team handler. We're going to grab the players, the teams, and then we're going to grab the, players, teams, all that jazz. So when the player gets added, like, again, when a player joins, we're grabbing their leader stats and their stage, okay? And we're automatically going to set their thing down here, their team, to beginners, because that's just normal when a player joins in general the game, because they're always going to be at 1. And then what we're doing is we're grabbing, if we're going to check if the stage value gets changed, okay? So if their leader stats change, if it changes, we're going to create a function, and if it is greater than or equal to 15, then we're going to change their team to finished. If it is greater than the 10, then we're going to do the 3, 2, 5, 1, so on, okay? So basically, we're checking if it's 15 first. If it's not that, it's 10. If it's not that, it's 5. If it's greater than 1, then we're going to change their team, okay? Team 1, which will be level 1, level 2, level 3. This is when we're changing that team, so I hope that makes sense. So that's pretty much it, and as you can tell, I commented out another thing right here, which is the GUI reset checkpoint GUI, and as you can tell, that is because we don't have that, so we gotta wait for that. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say and how this works. Now, let's say you just wanted to get rid of the teams in general, just delete that, you should be fine. And also just delete these. Now, you can change them all you'd like. You can go level 1, you can say, hard, extreme, just change the name. But then also in here, team handler, change this right here in the names of them, because that's how it's going to work. And then also if you want to change the colors, just change them down here in team colors and the properties. Auto assignable should be to beginners either way, because that's basically number 1. You don't have to have it on, but it's whatever. But I think that's it for you guys. This is just the basic scripts. Now, guys, I am doing a lot. I'm doing the process bar. I'm doing the skip stage, the shops, the sounds, the arrows. You're going to love it, okay? So this is just this is one part of it, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's a lot more coming. And, yeah, don't worry. Vibe series is not over. I'm just ending that for that. But, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.